The effort that was being made to hold these events in Washington. And one letter that absolutely was almost impossible for me to read from beginning to end, and I tried many times, and I have with me a child of the Holodomor also, and she will share with you several thoughts. So please give her the dignity of your attention. Mrs. Carter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Високоповажні гості, the committee leadership, and our religious in Christ. Thank you for the courtesy of your attention. Kindly put up with me if I get a little emotional. I am not a skilled speaker, but Andrei was kind enough to ask me to say a few words. And I thank you, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to speak about my mother, a survivor of the Holodomor. If we had the privilege of knowing all the names and identities of every single soul stolen by the Holodomor, our tears would fill the deepest ocean, and our hearts would render themselves broken with anguish and grief. My large and extended maternal family became a nameless statistic whose unmarked graves the earth swallowed up. In a family of 80 to 100 relatives, we can only assume that my mother, her mother, and 2 cousins survived. My mama's name was Vera Palamarchuk Osipenko Gidey. She died peacefully in my arms 4 years ago in New York City, in the land that she loved, America. Until the Russian Bolsheviks shattered her life in 1932. She was a beautiful and happy child of 7.5 years, with 2 baby brothers, Mikhash and Vasily, a devilishly handsome father, Herhori, a stunningly lovely and talented mother, Tatiana. They lived harmoniously and very well. They cherished their freedom, silently said their prayers as they polished their tiny gold ikonostase and their tiny triplylian trinkets that they inherited from their Cossack ancestors. They worked hard on the land that they owned before it was stolen. They owned that land for generations. Hundreds and hundreds of hectares that yielded flax for international and harmonious and peaceful trade. And they own one of the largest, most abundant fruit orchards in Kocherzynchi near Uman. Then Stalin's diabolical greed turned easily to murder. His hateful and intentional Holodomor took with great certainty 2 sets of my mother's healthy and vibrant grandparents, 3 great-grandparents, dozens of aunts, uncles, cousins, and other relatives. Mama once tried counting them up, but could only weep and exclaim, how much would a 7-year-old know, no less remember? I think of my mother every single day as we in our safe and secure lives allow our attention to get captured by the Kardashians of this world, or as we wonder what product Apple will launch next, or as we recoil in terror at the beheadings of Christian children in Syria, or as we practice our yoga and eat organic food only, Putin continues to try and destroy Ukraine, our people, our language, our culture, our history, our future. His behavior and actions, as well as those of the Kremlin, are clear indicators that in their terrifying Russian perception, Stalin's genocidal mission to eradicate Ukraine has yet to be realized. May this Holodomor exhibit and memorial serve to us and future generations a perpetual and forever reminder to never forget, to never resort to indifference about Ukraine or succumb to complacency about her survival. In closing, kindly allow me to show you the blouse my mother embroidered for me when she was 71 years old. It may not be expertly crafted, but it's living proof that she survived. She loved, she procreated, she inspired, she lived. Дуже вам дякую. Браво!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a child of the Holodomor. This is the voice that we need to hear. This is the voice of the future of Ukraine. Thank you very much for being here. I would like to have the Promethean Choir getting ready for one more performance, and now I am inviting